tuned in to the one and only show, bringing you entertainment stories shaken, stirred, with a little sass and a twist of lime. It's Northwest Nightcap with K-Cee Deeva, y'all. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
K-Cee Deeva, y'all. Is that new?
Huh?
Is that new too? Look with a twist of line.
No, that's been the yeah, my homeboy did that for me last year.
Okay, sound like
you're just always talking over it.
Maybe that's what it is. I need to start being quiet, keep my mouth shut, and then that way you guys can hear all the fanciness. What up, peeps? It's your girl K-Cee Deeva. We're back, me and my crew. We're back for yet another edition, our first show of the new year, Northwest Nightcap. I'm K-Cee Deeva. I got my peeps with me, and I hope you all, came into the new year right. If you're in the Northwest like we are, you were stuck in the snow for several days. And that face, princess. Yeah, no fun. No fun.
It snowed here.
Now, where are you, K-Cee?
I'm in Memphis.
Oh, you're in Memphis still. Okay. I wasn't sure.
It snowed there.
It snowed here today. It snowed today.
Yeah, it probably melted
like
right
powdered
away.
Sugar.
Powdered sugar.
Yeah, just like.
Look, there's
Oh man.
snow.
Okay, listen. For those that might be new tuning into us, we do this once a month, every first Thursday of the month. I get together with my peeps. They're my friends, my homies, my family, and we talk all things entertainment. And we whatever's going on, we talk about it. We banter back and forth. We've got some special segments that we do, and we're gonna bring this new year in right. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody because we might have some new people watching us, so we're gonna make sure they know who's who. So let's see. To my right, bottom, lower right, ladies first, of course. The very beautiful and talented Miss Princess Robin. Princess is the hostess of Traveler's Guide to Venus and Mars. You can catch that show on all major platforms. And she does all about relationships. And so good to have you here, Princess.
Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me yet again, Diva. Love being here.
Oh, of course. And Princess, I just want to take a quick moment to just offer our condolences. Princess lost her dad over the Christmas holiday, King Charles, and may he rest in peace. And just sending you and your mom and your family lots of love.
Thank you so much.
All right, and let's see, my bottom, left of Princess.
Your bottom.
I feel like the Brady Bunch squares. The Brady Bunch squares, okay? The black Brady's.
I'll tell you.
My bro.
Hey, baby.
Hey, K-Cee, can you hear me from down there?
Hey, babe.
Mr. Kurt K-Cee Clayton. I call him my bro because he's married to my beautiful sis, Miss Princess Robin, power couple in Memphis, and he is also the musical director for the legendary R&B group Confunction.
Yes,
welcome back, bro. Good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And last but certainly not least in my book, the very handsome, my BFF, Mr. Anthony Adams.
He's right there.
Oh, stop.
Let's see, hi,
y'all.
This is fun with the four squares.
I like the four squares.
What I call my name? Lord, is that you? That you talking to me? Okay.
Oh, Anthony.
Who talking to me?
Welcome to the show. Anthony and I do another podcast called Afterthoughts, 90 Day Fiance WTF Moments, where we just rag on all the craziness that goes on that show. We're in the before the next season. So yeah, it's crazy, y'all. You might want to check it out. All right.
Yes.
Let's jump right into it because we got a lot of stuff to cover. We've been gone for a minute. Lots of stuff going on. I want to start off with talking about COVID, the variants. Okay, wait a minute. Is it Omicron or Omicron?
Omicron.
Omicron.
I
Okay.
it was
I had a
Omarion.
debate with somebody earlier today, and they kept putting an N in it. And I was like, no, there's no N there.
Yeah, no.
Omicron variant, COVID-19, still at it, still harassing us. Damn it. Still wearing the mask, doing all that we need to do. Because of Omicron, a lot of large gatherings are being suspended or canceled. One that I hate to see go, the Grammy Awards. The Grammy Awards have officially been canceled. They usually happen this time of year. And CBS made the decision to cancel it. Well, postpone it. They're postponing it, So we'll have to see when they come back. It's the 64th annual Grammy Awards. I didn't realize it was that many. Sad, but I guess necessary. I'm thinking that, as we see like all the surge in cases again and so on, people that they're enjoying the freedom, they got getting a little reckless, maybe, out and about. What's it like in Memphis? What are people wearing masks? Are they, what's going on?
It's like everywhere else, you have the devices, some people are trying to do right and other people are just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no matter where you go, you're gonna have the conspiracy theorists. It's all a hoax. They're still saying they're saying it's a hoax. Meanwhile, they're coughing. It ain't real. All that kind of stuff. So
right.
But it's like that all over the place. And even with the Grammys, it was a situation where, if you recall, last year they did kind of a hybrid situation. And actually this year they were planning on doing a full. So, and when they started to shut things down, it was not enough time to go back into the hybrid.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, but all the votes have already been cast and things like that. I mean, I voted for the Grammys and stuff like that. So all that stuff has been tallied, and they were supposed to be on the 31st of January on CBS. But it's just the fact that you have so many performances and things like that were scheduled, and it was scheduled on the bigger scale in the Staples Center, that it's not enough time to kind of downsize it, make it the telecast they want. So that's why they said the best thing to do is postpone it. Everyone's still going to get their Grammys.
Okay.
On the whole thing, and make sure that when they do it is done right, and it's done pretty much like they did it last year.
Okay, so any idea when, K-Cee, we're gonna do it?
No, because it's just a lot of scheduling, because a big part of it, as you know, are performances, and you're dealing with different artists' schedules. So that's one of the biggest, tasks when it comes to the Grammys and the television crew, things like that, is scheduling all the talent and all the performances.
Oh, okay.
So, and now when you're having to kind of reschedule it, there may be certain, performances that may not be available because of tour schedules and things like that. But
wow.
So right now it's kind of like just TBA, and but once again, just like anything else, they'll get it together. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I mean, it's happening to several major events. And first and foremost, everybody stay safe. But get your booster. Yeah, get vaccinated first of all. Okay, I'm that person that's gonna just go ahead and say it. Get vaccinated. Get the booster. And just clink your neighbor on that. Let's just keep everybody safe. All right. Let's jump on into another story. Now I really am not. I don't dislike the Kardashians, but I don't necessarily like to report on them unless it's something really interesting. And I find this interesting because, as you all remember, last time we talked about them, which was last year, they were let's see, Kanye and Kim were getting divorced, and Kanye started dating somebody right out of the gate. Like, it was pretty not long after they got divorced, some girl half his age. Kim kind of did her thing for a minute, and then she started seeing Pete Davidson, right? Saturday Night Live, one of the live hosts. Also good friends with Travis Barker, who is dating who is engaged to Kim's sister Courtney.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tongue twister. Okay, so the four of them have been hanging out. Kim's been seen in, bikinis and low-cut shirts, and they've been out holding hands and going to dinner and the whole thing. Kanye, all of a sudden says, "You know what? I want my family back. We need to set an example. Black family. We should try to work things out. Yada yada yada." To our knowledge, that hasn't happened yet. But as of, I think it was last week, he recently purchased a home right across the street from Kim Kardashian and their children.
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That's very stalkerish, in my opinion. Or
that cuts down on babysitting time. They don't have to hire a babysitter. They can just walk right across the street.
This is very true. This is making saving and all that childcare money. But good point, K-Cee. So is it a little stalkerish and weird, or is it, hey, I'm just trying to be near my kids, let them know daddy's still here? Princess, what are your thoughts?
Stalkerish is the nice way to say it. I say that is one egotistical son of a gun, and it's so selfish. I think I'm trying to be really nice. I'm a little in my grief, and so I'm trying to not say crazy stuff, but that's crazy.
Go ahead and say it, Princess.
That's just crazy. And in no universe, okay, so we all know my history. Twice divorced, right now in my happily ever after. But there is nothing about moving on with one's life that is facilitated by your ex moving across the street from you. And that is the epitome of trying to be controlling. And I mean, there is just, if you want your family back together, then work on the inside of your family. You don't just put yourself outside of the door.
Yes.
That doesn't change anything that broke it from the inside. Okay, so now all you're doing is being present to freak people out, to scare people off, to see what's going on, to, make your presence known. And that is just that's a look at me move. K-Cee hears me say this all the time. I hate look at me people. Look at me. I'm across the street. I'm right here. Get on
pulling
with
back
your
the blinds.
life. You know what I mean? Get on with your life. Let Kim do her thing.
Thank you.
Do your thing. Move on. You are be on your way. Be on your way. And that's all I got to say about that. Look at me, Kim. I'm outside. Look at me. I'm
just watering my lawn. That's all.
Hey, I noticed you and Pink just drove up. What are you doing?
What's for dinner? Excuse me.
Face.
Hey, neighbor, can I borrow? Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Right. Give me sugar over there. I need some flour. I'm making a cake. Words of wisdom from our resident relationship guru, Princess Robin. Yes, I 100% agree with everything you said, including it's just downright crazy. Yeah, it's scary because we all know he's not quite all there up here. There's a few screws missing. Anthony, you gesturing a lot. I think you agree with Princess as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's very stalkerish, very crazy. She's living her life to the fullest and she's moving on. And you are trying to do, like Princess said, if you want to keep the family together, it starts from the inside. Moving across the street or begging for your wife to come back at your concerts and everything. Did you not learn anything from Robin Thicke when him and Paula Patton got divorced?
Oh,
Okay, did you not learn anything from them? This is gonna be you every time you see Pete Davis, it's gonna be Kanye looking out the window like this. Kanye gonna find new excuses to come over there. Hey neighbor,
oh yeah.
can I borrow a cup of sugar? Hey, I got a leak. Can I use your bathroom real quick and everything?
Oh yeah. He's gonna find
Yeah.
every excuse. And the crazy thing is, according to People magazine, a source says that the home that he bought was built in 1955. He wasn't even interested really in the house. He's going to tear it down. He just wanted the location. So he rushed to buy this thing so he could be a stalker. All right. Right along with the Kardashian crazy, let's jump over to Khloe. Now, I actually feel bad for Khloe. Khloe is always kind of the people used to make fun of her, say she didn't look like a Kardashian. She was overweight.
She's a fifth Beatle.
She's a what? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's a fifth Beatle.
Exactly. They were real cruel to poor Khloe. She's had some surgeries done and some stuff, and she looks great now and everything. And but her ex, Tristan Thompson, no words for that dude. So in recent news, he has revealed that he is the father of a newborn son, and has formally and publicly apologized to Khloe. He says, and I quote, "I take full responsibility for my actions. Now that paternity has been established, I look forward to amicably raising our son. I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt or disappointed throughout this ordeal, both publicly and privately." And then he specifically apologized to Khloe, saying, "Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I caused you. You don't deserve the way I treated you over the years. My actions have certainly not lined up with the way I view you. I have the utmost respect," bullshit, "and love for you." Come on, man. It's too late for that. It's too late for that. Am I right, K-Cee?
You know what this is, right?
Where's that? Money?
No, that's the world's smallest violin right there.
Oh, right. I mean, come on, dude.
Well, I got two things. Were they still together when this happened?
Yeah.
I
don't think so.
No, not this one.
Not this one.
No, there's three total.
So there's two parts to this.
Yeah.
If they were not still together, then he doesn't have to apologize for anything, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because they were not together. It's one thing if they were still together and he cheated on her, right? But see, that's part of this is the whole quote unquote Kardashian brand being tarnished, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good TV because even with that, they're trying to control the narrative. Well, you need to apologize to me. Why don't I have to apologize for me? Once again, we're saying like Kim is moving on with her life. Well, he's moving on with his life. Why should I have to apologize to you for being with someone else?
Well, there have been rumors that they were kind of trying to get back and forth, and then they split up over the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I read was that on top of what Diva just said, he denied that he had hooked up with this woman.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's not even just that, he did this, but that he lied about it first, and now it's like, actually, this is your child. Okay, then yes, we hooked up, right?
And not only did he lie about it, he was saying some like horrible things about the baby mom, denying it, and all of that too. So
it was that whole Maury Povich thing going on.
It totally Maury Povich.
And he probably lied I would imagine he lied because he was trying to get back at that time in the good graces of Chloe.
Yep.
So that would then bring the apology full circle about that lie.
That makes sense.
If that's the case.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I know the woman that he had the baby with. She actually recently broke her silence, and she said Tristan actually tried to pay her like $50,000 to basically terminate the pregnancy when she came to him and first said this recent weekend. I think it was this. Yeah, I think it was this week actually. I had heard about it. She broke her silence and said he tried to come to her, meet with her privately with his attorneys and be like, look, I'll offer you this lump sum of money. Just terminate the pregnancy, go your way, I'll go mine, and it is what it is. And so, at the same time, though, for me, it's kind of hard to feel bad for Chloe in a way. It's like he cheated on you twice already. He's been caught on camera. He cheated on you a second time.
Jordan
exactly. And then I saw the most messed up meme the other day. It said Chloe has been through 8 transitions and Tristan cheated on all of them.
Well,
I was like, that is so messed up. Y'all leave Chloe alone. Leave Chloe alone.
I feel bad for Chloe. I think and then of course, this article is a CNN article, and then the caption under her picture, it says, related article, Khloe Kardashian on raising her biracial child as a white mom. She's not, what was she?
She's Armenian, maybe?
It's Armenian, right? She's not Bruce's Kylie and with the other one, I forget her name. Kendall. Kylie, they're half white, half Armenian. Chloe is full Armenian. So I'm like, CNN, really? Anyway, Chloe, we wish you the best. We hope that you are done. Burn that bridge. I get it. It's okay. It's a baby daddy. So you have to have some kind of connection, I guess. But as far as like relationship, let it go. He's no good. No good. All right. Let's move on to K-Cee.
Yo,
drop some knowledge on the peeps. You got a little fan club. I've had people email me and say like, I'm doing music and I really like, hearing from this guy because, he's been in the business. He dropped some gems. So, what do you got for us today? K-Cee's Corner, giving us what's the what in music today.
Okay, so this time I'm going to go back to what I normally tell my students, first and foremost. Be true to yourself first and be real with yourself first. Because I always tell everyone, although you're a singer or you're an aspiring singer, aspiring songwriter, whatever, try to learn all the business because there is no guarantees in anything. There's no guarantee that you're going to be the next Beyonce or the next Bruno Mars or the next Taylor Swift. But that does not mean that you cannot have a career in this industry. Because once again, and I've said, in previous, episodes, the real money is not even being your artist. The real money is behind the scenes, and then the songwriting and the publishing. So if you're coming in saying, well, I'm going to be a singer, and that's all you have, but at the same time, write some songs because you'll be surprised. Your singing career may not just jump off right away, but you may have a song or production or things like that may actually get you in the door quicker. So, and sometimes, a lot of artists and a lot of, people that are trying to get in the industry, they miss out on their blessings because they only have one path. And they just gotta go down that one path. And once again, and when that doesn't happen right away, then sometimes they just let it go, or they just drop out, or even then they just keep going down the wrong path.
Yeah.
And so I tell everyone, try everything, just like myself. I mean, I started off strictly as a keyboard player. Then I went into being a studio musician. Then started being a arranger. Then being a producer. Being a songwriter. And all of them have different titles. You can wear a lot of different hats, but at the same time, you got to make sure of what you're good at. Don't fool yourself. Just because mama say you can sing, don't mean you can sing. Because that's another thing that happens a lot of times. You have your friends and your family that are encouraging you in one way, but that's not always the way that you need to go either. Because once again, Pharrell and Timberland and Missy Elliott, they made a whole lot more money than any artist they ever, represented. So keep that in mind. So once again, be true to yourself, and at the same time, make sure that you try every aspect. You may be actually good at songwriting, but you don't know until you try.
I like it.
So that's what I got.
There it is. Stay true to yourself. And just because your mama said you can sing, don't mean you can.
Yes.
Get a second, or third, or fourth opinion, please.
Your mama gonna always sing, baby, sing. Meanwhile everybody else doing it.
Well, if you watch, TikTok, sometimes late night I get caught down the rabbit hole of Instagram and the TikTok videos, and I mean they're just so much. You're just inundated with crap on there, but there's always people singing, and some of these people I'm looking going, do they? You have no friends, because there's no way that people are encouraging you to sing. I'm just saying, am I right?
No, you're correct. Everybody sounds great in the shower. I sound fantastic in the shower. Oh my gosh. But now, I in the shower, I sound like Teddy Pass. You got what I need. I can't sound not here. No, no.
In the shower, he's Teddy Pendergrass. Out the shower, he's Teddy Pick the Grass.
Teddy rake the leaves.
Yeah, Teddy rake the leaves.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, K-Cee. As always. Oh wait, let's see. We got a comment from you. AC Soul says facts 100. Yes. Exactly. Hey, baby bro. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the theme music and such. Appreciate it. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. What else do you want? Oh, okay. Trey Songz. Trey Songz is in the news. Okay, can I just say something? I never liked his name. I think that's the corniest name, Trey Songz. Like, it's just corny to me. With a Z? Yeah, with a Z. It's just corny. Now, I like the old Trey Songz. When he first came out, he had the cornrows, nice voice, and I liked what he did back then. I didn't like kind of this thought music that he started getting into. But okay. So basketball player Dylan Gonzalez went to Twitter at the end of the year, December 31st to be exact, and she posted, Trey Songz is a rapist. Lord forgive me, I couldn't hold that in another year. See you in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, that was everyone's reaction, of course. And Twitter was all the buzz, and of course, all the news outlets, entertainment outlets picked it up. And the tricky thing is there was no context to it. She didn't say what happened, so we don't know what she's talking about. If it was her, if it was a friend, or what specific incident. What we do know, though, is Trey Songz has got a little bit of a history that's following him, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. I think it was 2017. Keke Palmer, actress, songstress herself. She alleged that she was at his house for what she thought was a party that turned into an impromptu video shoot. And she said she didn't want to be in the video, and he kept trying to get her on video, and she literally hid in a closet, because she felt uncomfortable, and a lot of sexual advances and things going on, she alleges. There's been a couple lawsuits since then. He allegedly assaulted a woman in a bar. I mean, yeah, he's had a lot going on. And he's not the only one. So I don't know if you all are Sex and the City fans. I certainly am. They have a new reboot out called Princess. What's the reboot?
And Just Like That.
Thank you. I wouldn't say all that. I'm thinking of the wrong shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Keenan. No, yes, and just like that. Uh, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched yet, spoiler alert. Plug your ears. But in the second episode, Mr. Big dies. He dies off the show. Chris Knott. He's supposed to come back for some kind of finale scene or flashback, but that has been canceled because now he too has had a couple of women come forward and allege that they were sexually assaulted by him several years ago. I have several. I have two conflicting feelings on both stories. Okay, Trey Songz, big question mark because we keep hearing this repeated behavior for him. So not really sure what to think about that. I need to know more of what Dylan was talking about. Maybe at some point we will. The Chris Knott situation. So both these girls went to the Hollywood Reporter, and Hollywood Reporter states that they came separately. They claim they didn't know each other. They both just so happened to come to them, and the reason was this reboot show triggered them, and they felt they needed to share their story. I have some issues with that. I feel like, okay, this happened, I think it was 2013. This happened so long ago. Why are you waiting now till the reboot comes out to so as a result, Chris was fired from The Equalizer, Queen Latifah's new show. They
did fire him.
They fired him. He was fired from that show. They deleted the scene that he's supposed to come back and do the flashback with Carrie, at the end of this coming season of Just Like That. And they're putting the filming of season 2 of Just Like That on hold because of this whole mess with him, which I don't understand, especially if he's not in it anymore. K-Cee, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
I think first and foremost, is really tricky on both sides. Number one, I truly believe you're innocent until proven guilty. And sometimes, and especially in Hollywood and in the music industry and things like that, you have people that will put stuff out there to try to extort you or even try to just ruin your career for whatever the reason is. And a lot of times, just like I've said before, everybody reads the headlines. Nobody ever reads the retractions.
True.
So even with Trey Songz, as far as this, woman, because even with this situation, it's like, okay, you're gonna put him on, like with Trey Songz, like everyone has a history, everyone has a past, everyone's got dirt, everyone's got, skeletons in the closet or whatever. Okay, so with that, quickly, when you put something out there like that, well, he's this, and then, okay, well, why didn't you file a police report? Why didn't you do this? It's like, okay, so don't all of a sudden just go out here and try to ruin someone's
career, their life,
someone's career, simply because you got a problem with them, because it happens all the time. But once again, when the truth comes out and it comes out, this person might be innocent, but guess what? Nobody cares.
Right. Exactly. And they lost their job in the meantime.
And they lost their job. They lost, they can't feed their family. They, and their quote unquote lives have been turned up, upside down, with all the scandal. So that's why I'm saying it's, I truly believe it's, you're innocent until proven guilty. If you're gonna put stuff out there, first of all, before you put it on social media, go to the authorities with your situation and handle it.
Right.
That's my take on it.
Right. Princess, what are your thoughts on this?
I think so I agree with K-Cee, innocent until proven guilty. But there are two things that strike me here. And first of all, my husband will tell you, I am the queen of triggers. I feel like the Lord has blessed me with a short memory of things that have been very traumatic to me, but there will be a trigger that will come up and all of a sudden it's like it happened yesterday. and I cannot undo the trauma that I'm feeling behind that trigger. So I don't fault people for coming forward with information when they are triggered by things that bring it to the fore. Though, damage and trauma is damage and trauma, no matter when you choose to reveal it. And then the second thing that rings true for me or that comes to mind for me is patterns of behavior. So now if if it's a he said, she said, and I always think that, investigations and facts should be brought to the fore. But in the case of I didn't know the history of Trey Wrongs. That's what I'm gonna start
I
calling
like
him,
that, Trey Wrongs. Yes.
But like when there's a pattern of behavior, you have to start questioning like what's going on here. And in the case, at least what I read about Chris Noth, and I have always admired his work, right?
Me
I've admired his
too,
work.
Mr. Big.
I'd even go as far as to say, I had a little crush on the brother. But patterns of behavior, more than one accuser, and then at least in the article that I read, first of all, they did go forward and have, like I think there were hospital reports, there was some they may not have filed a police report, but there is evidence that something happened traumatic, right? And in the article that I read, there were accounts from, the perspective of the two people who came forth as victims, and then two people who were in the scenario at that time, who had slightly different memories about things that were said or things that happened, but all things pointed to someone right on all four accounts, right? So like, and the accusers didn't even say the same things that the other the people who the other two witnesses, or I don't know how to refer to them, but the other two people who came forward and said something about what they had heard or what had happened at the time had slightly different accounts. Those people didn't totally remember, but it was similar enough that it's like there's something to this. Something was wrong in that moment. Something happened that was not right.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, right?
So I can't dismiss it. That being said, I agree. People should be, shouldn't be found guilty without being investigated or whatnot. But I think it's wrong to. I disagree with discounting the people who came forward either because of time or because they didn't do what we think they should have done in that moment. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. Same thing. We had this conversation about Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby said he was wrong. Right? Bill Cosby said, I was drugging people, but I wouldn't have said nothing if I hadn't known, if I had thought I was going to get in trouble for it or whatever. But, everybody want to come to the, oh, they just came out to say things about him or to bring him down for his career, whatever their motivation. Brother shouldn't have been drugging people.
He shouldn't have been drugging folks. And
so,
so
that's kind of where I come down on it. It's it's a slippery slope. But there definitely seems to be some questionable patterns here that I can't dismiss.
And I hear you, and I read that part too with the other, I don't know. I don't call them witness or not witnesses.
I don't know how to refer to them.
I don't know how to refer to them. But
anybody
the other people
who's listening, please, cut me some slack.
Exactly. And I get what you're saying. And again, I guess the timing, is that okay? So my first thought was, okay, if this show hadn't happened, because it almost didn't happen. I mean, they went back and forth. They had the drama with Samantha, who's not on the show, as a result. And, but anyway, the show hadn't happened. Like, would they have still chosen now to come forward? You know what I mean? So my mind always goes to, okay, are you trying to, is it a publicity thing? Is it a money thing? Is it, again, not saying it didn't happen, but
Yeah.
I still question the timing of things.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with, things certainly not on that scale by
Yeah,
any means. But like I said, and K-Cee will vouch for me on this. It's like
the trigger point.
I will be like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. Everything's fine. And then something will trigger, and you
Yeah,
don't know. That's the thing about triggers.
what the
You
trigger
don't
is.
know what's going to push that button. But when it
Yeah,
happens, it is as real a pain and trauma as it was in the moment. You know what I mean? And
got it.
and that
Yeah,
I can speak to.
yeah,
And somehow you have to deal with that. You have to deal with it whenever it comes up and however it comes up. And
yeah,
people have their different ways, but
yeah,
that has been my lesson over the last 2 to
yeah,
3 or 5 years of my life, that you
yeah.
can't just push it back and be like, yeah, I'm gonna let it go.
You gotta deal with it in the moment. Anthony, did you have anything to add?
I disagree with everybody. I'm gonna hear all victims, believe all evidence. I don't think it's fair that we convict somebody in the court of public opinion when they haven't been tried in the court of law yet. But however, there's a lot of things that make you question things. Okay, why now? Why didn't you do this? But then again, it's like we're not in the victim's shoes, so it's hard for us. So we're on the outside looking in, and that's one thing I have to remember. But then again, it's like you said, Diva, timing. Would they have there's been 2 Sex and the City movies, and he's been on numerous shows before this even came out. So had this show even come out, would you have said something or not? Trey Songz also the same thing. Everybody was laughing at Kiki Palmer a few years ago. Now, when this person comes out with the Twitter, everyone's like, we owe Kiki an apology because she was trying to warn us and everything. So it's one of those things where, again, you got to hear all victims, believe all evidence. And sadly, I don't think we'll ever know what the true story was on either of these cases because criminal charges have yet to be filed, investigations have yet to be done. And for them, a lot of times what it comes down to is when you allow that much time to pass, the evidence, especially in these type of cases, goes away really fast. So there's a chance we may not even get any. There may not ever be any justice there.
I think for me, and as I'm hearing all you guys different, opinions, I definitely get what Princess says about the triggering thing. You can't control that. Okay, maybe they didn't pay attention to the other shows he was in, and this is a big one that they, and they all of a sudden it triggered them. There's that. But then, like you said, the whole court of law thing, I feel like it's unfair to, they fired the man from his job. I think hold off on that until you get all the facts, until he has a fair trial or whatever, happens. That's my whole thing is like, I think jumping and canceling people, this is cancel culture thing. Oh, we got to cancel them right away. We got to fire them because these people came out, and then what if it comes out that they were lying? And we don't know.
And then you have the whole defamation of character,
right?
That comes in, and I think one big example of that was Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
Although it went to court and all this kind of stuff, there's a lot of stuff that came out doing that, because he was, being accused of rape, and at the same time found out because he was the name. Nobody knew her. All they knew was Kobe Bryant.
Right.
So at that point, they're judging his character and things, and everybody was and all of a sudden when they started going deeper and then they started looking into her, they started finding out, oh, hey, she was an opportunist and things like this, and found out in the midst of the trial, one thing that triggered her, first of all, she consented, but she also got upset because he didn't kiss her. Right? Because he was like, I don't kiss anybody but my wife.
Right.
So at that point, it's like, okay, so now you're going to treat me like, you.
A groupie?
Well, first of all, you knocked on my door.
Yeah.
You went against hotel policy because you work for the hotel.
Yep.
No hotel employees. It doesn't matter if you work at a Holiday Inn. Unless you housekeeping, no hotel employee is allowed to go to any, customers room. That's,
Right.
you know, so it's a lot of different things. But once again, it goes back to like the whole Trey Songz situation. I don't know. I don't know Trey Songz, you know, and at the same time, it could be a situation. Yeah, he might have done something over here, but that doesn't necessarily mean he did something over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people will take an opportunity and run with it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, simply because he didn't speak to them the right way, or you know, or you know, it went south. They thought it was going to go one way, and he went down. And so it's like, okay, fine, you're going to do that. And unfortunately, you know, in those situations, you know, I'm not just totally, you know, pro men and anti women, but you do have a lot of women that will try to trap celebrity men.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing also. You know, if it comes out that he actually did it, he should, you know, pay the price for whatever he has done. I'm totally with that. But if it comes out that he did not, then that's why they're trying to change the law and say, okay, when you start accusing men of this and this and this, and you falsely accuse them, then guess what? There should be a penalty for false accusing people as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Trey
Yeah,
Songz
Michael
is
Jackson,
definitely guilty though of trying to redo the Power song. That was what he did. That's his criminal offense. Okay, Trey wrongs.
Oh,
I will never forgive him for that, and therefore put him under the jail.
He only did that because 50 Cent told him to do it.
That song was terrible.
Whatever. It was the worst move ever, and he's just had a series of bad decisions since then.
Let's see.
To do that.
Sonny Bravo. Hey, Hassan. My homie Sonny Bravo says, and Gayle King still smeared Kobe's name after his death. She sure did.
She did.
But never talked to him about it while he was alive.
Right. And didn't was it Lisa Leslie? I think Lisa called her on it, like, you know, she was like, I can't believe it.
And remember, Snoop Dogg called her on, and and Snoop and everybody tried to go after Snoop, say, "Oh man, you're wrong. You made Gayle cry." And Snoop was like, "Look, she went after somebody after he's gone and can't defend himself.
Yeah.
All this time he retired and all this kind of stuff. You had every opportunity to interview him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yet she still hadn't did an interview on her boy, Harvey Weinstein.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody was talking about that.
And that's our people. Now,
still hasn't happened.
Still hadn't had that interview.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I will definitely be. We'll keep y'all posted if we hear more, and maybe a topic next month if more comes out for sure. Okay. Anthony.
Yes.
You got any good podcasts for us? What's going on? What's going on?
Yes.
Kicking in with Ant World.
Yes. All right. So I have one podcast. I also got one new thing that I'm going to subscribe to put everybody on to. So first of all, podcast wise, the number 27. Okay, that is considered for a lot of people the number of completion. 2 + 7 = 9. It's also been believed in the music business to be a cursed number, the curse of 27. With that being said, the podcast I'm going to recommend for you guys is called the 27 Club, and they're back with the new season on the talented yet gone too soon yet troubled, the late great Miss Amy Winehouse. So definitely check that out.
Oh, I liked her.
Yes. The first season they did was on Jimi Hendrix, Seattle native. So gotta check that, of course.
Oh yeah.
So definitely gotta check that out. So 27 Club, back with the new season. And instead of me recommending another podcast, I'm going to recommend a documentary, especially for you ladies out there. There is a great documentary on entitled Lula Rich, which is about the LuLaRoe and leggings and the pyramid scheme that turns out that company was. And fun fact, in the state of Washington, they were the only state to file a class action lawsuit against that company because just how dirty they did everybody that was a part of this multi-level marketing. Check it out. I mean, first of all, they talk about the entry level to get in to be a distributor was $5,000.
That's crazy.
$5,000. Yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, just they talked about like how
Anthony, don't give the whole episode away.
I don't give the whole documentary away. It's on Amazon
No
Prime.
spoilers.
So yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. So it's everything: backstabbing, true crime, fraud, money laundering. Lula Rich, Amazon Prime. I just finished it about 2 hours before we did this show. It's really good. Check it out.
And Trey Songz is singing the theme song.
I don't want him to sing any other, no other theme song. Boo.
Even Lula people are like, nah, we good. We good. We ain't
Yeah,
singing
we
people
good.
like
We
that
good.
no more.
Let's see. I missed a comment here. Sonny Bravo says, yeah, they made Snoop tell and apologize. Yeah. Referring to our last talk about Trey Songz, and yeah, they did. They made him apologize. I remember that. I forgot about that, Hassan. They did. He came and did like an apology video or something, which was ridiculous. But
yeah, he was on the red table.
He apologized, I think, because he called Gail
the B word.
Remember, he called her a funky. He said, "Should I call her a funky headed B word?" He called her that, so he was apologizing for calling her that. He wasn't apologizing for getting upset, though.
Well, if the shoe fits, okay. I'm just saying. All right. Last but not least, we got a few minutes left. Okay, so as I'm looking at all these crazy stories, going on, I decided, what, I got to speak on some of this stuff. So I'm gonna call this little segment "Divas Don't." Okay. Now, keep in mind, a diva doesn't just mean a female. It can be a guy. It can be a divo. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about Jason Derulo.
Oh yes. Speak on it, sis. Speak.
Jason Derulo. I'm sorry. I don't think. I'm not a fan. I don't dislike him. He kind of just there. And every time I see him dance, he looks like he's trying to be a Chris Brown or, I don't know. Don't be Usher though, because you might get punched in the face. So apparently Jason Derulo was in Las Vegas at the Aria Tuesday morning. And as he was leaving, two unidentified men, were hanging out, taking video. One of them said, "Hey, Usher, you B word." Did y'all see the video?
Yes.
I mean, my man I almost said Trey Songz. Jason Derulo ran over. He ran so fast. Security looked like they didn't know what the heck was his security guards are looking like. Where is he going? And he's about 6'5". He's a tall dude. He sprinted over. He starts wailing on the guy that called him Usher. The guy's friend who was videotaping was like, "Yo, get off my friend, get off my friend." Next thing you know, Jason turns and goes for it was a mess.
You can get these hands too. You get these hands.
Right. I can't believe
I'm gonna wiggle these hands.
I must have watched it like 5 times. I was like, I kept rewinding. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
And of course, TMZ, they catch they're everywhere. I swear these guys must live in garbage cans and come popping out of places. Like, they caught this all in video. So, there's clips all over the internet. I mean, okay, I'm going to ask the obvious question here, but, clearly, I mean, I get it. He probably was annoyed. He knew the guy was trying to be, the UB part, is probably what got him. But I mean, Usher, that's not a bad thing. Usher's a major star, decent looking dude. Do you think it was more about him saying the UB part, or do you think it was because he called him Usher? Princess, what do you think?
Definitely because he called him Usher. Because he was Usher, and then he would take it off, and then while he was running, he was like, I'm Jason Derulo, B. Wait, no, and Jason who? Because I'm like you, Diva. It's like, I remember there was a moment where I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be somebody besides a junior Usher, right? And it is annoying to be, when they knew what they were doing.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
And And it clearly got to him that it was the usher.
It was the usher part. Anthony, what do you think? Usher or the B word?
The usher.
Oh,
He
I think
should.
Anthony's frozen.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm here. Can you see me now?
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, the usher thing. He should have turned around and been like, to quote the great philosopher Samuel L. Jackson, "We all don't look alike."
Right, K-Cee.
I think it was both.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, first of all, they probably knew exactly who he was.
Oh,
but they just kept trying to push that button, right? And sometimes you have people that will do that, and that's why that's why they had the friend, to try to hey, record this, and they would try to push that button, and push that button and push that button, And first of all, if you were a real fan, you would know who Usher is. You would know Usher's stats. You would know how tall he is.
Right.
All this kind of stuff. And at the same time, once you call a grown man out their name,
it's on.
I don't care what my status is, right? Because once again, keep in mind, he's minding his business. He's going about his way. Now, first of all, you're shouting at him. You come, first of all, calling him out his name by calling him the wrong name.
Right.
And then you disrespect him by trying to call him the B word.
Right.
He's like, okay, first of all, I'm not Usher and I'm not a B, but right now I'm Usain Bolt because I'm about to spin over here and whip your tail.
My God. He looked like Princess said. He was like, whoo, whoo.
Now you call me Jesse Owens.
Yeah, exactly.
What that person was saying, in my interpretation, was you Usher wannabe.
Right.
What I was interpreting, right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it wasn't Usher. It's Jason's always trying to get and when that person said that, I was like, yeah, I guess that's who I feel like he emulates or whatever. Because
I agree.
I don't keep up with Jason Derulo, but I never have thought of him as really hitting that same status.
No.
But nobody wants to be in the shadow. No celebrity wants to be in the shadow of some other celebrity that you can't break out of that mold, or you can't make your own name. So I feel like it wasn't a mistaken identity. That person knew exactly what they were doing, and it was effective. You know what I mean? Was it effective? It pushed him. It triggered him.
Yeah.
Get it?
That's when they talk about how fans go overboard, especially like in the NFL and mainly in the NBA. Cross the line because a lot of times the fans think that they can do whatever. With no repercussions. Because they think they can talk about you just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you don't have feelings.
You're human.
So you're not gonna. And there have been times you've seen celebrities say, "Hey, look, no autographs right now. I'm with my family or whatever," and people will still try to, do what they want to do,
right?
And try to coax you, do certain things, which is not cool either. So at the end of the day, if you come toward me and you call me out my name, and I'm not my people, or even if you try to step to me wrong, and I'm with my family, with my wife, or whatever, you don't get these hands.
Exactly.
At that point, damn me being K-Cee. Right now, I'm that dude that's all up on you.
Batman. All right. Well, like I said,
Quickie neighbor.
When you're that level, quickie neighbor. When you're that level, you're in that like I said, that Devo category. You still have to remember. I know it makes you mad, it pisses you off, but now guess what? He's probably gonna have a lawsuit.
No, he won't.
No,
because there's proof that he was being, he was being the one that was being stalked, and he was the one that was being, they were.
Yeah, but the physical, they didn't physically assault him.
Same time, but there are certain laws that are in favor of celebrities because first and foremost, this is to protect celebrities because there are times you have stalkers and people that that would try to do certain things to try to antagonize you so that they can get a lawsuit against you.
Okay.
But because there is film and there's footage saying, hey, listen, nobody told you to call this man out his name.
Right.
Nobody told you. First of all, you kept calling him Usher. You kept doing that. He ignored it, so many times. There's proof of that. On top of that, now you went one step further because he didn't respond to that. You went one step further and called him the B word. Right?
Okay, see, I didn't know that. That's good then, because again, they're people, and people don't, fans or not fans, trolls basically. They were trolling him, if you will.
They're
trolling him in person. Yeah. All right. Well, we're just about out of time. This has been an awesome show. Thank you to all of my crew, my panelists, Miss Princess Robin, Traveler's Guide to Venus and Mars, all major platforms.
Yes, you can find us on all major podcast platforms, particularly Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, which is where our page is located. We're still on hiatus, obviously, a little sidetracked by family events, but we will be back this year with new episodes. In the meantime, help yourself to all of the amazing episodes in the archives. There are over 100.
Yes. And Anthony and I
on this show has been there.
And we've been in some of those amazing episodes too. Yay.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
All right. And Anthony, you want to tell them about Afterthoughts real fast?
Yes, Afterthoughts, 90-day WTF moments. Myself and my good friend, the lovely Miss K-Cee Deeva, we host this show on Instagram Live where we basically recap all the foolishness and craziness that went down on 90 Day Fiancé. Right now, we're on before the 90 days, so you can catch that every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern.
All right. And K-Cee, what are you doing over there in Memphis? What's going on?
Got several things in the works right now. Just got a call. It's been rescheduled again for March. We'll be going to South Africa with Howard Hewitt and Glenn Jones.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
COVID ending.
Yes.
Also, getting ready to do a show with a good friend of mine who's actually the runner-up on The Voice, Miss Wendy Moulton.
But the true star.
A lot of people, there's a controversy because a lot of people felt that she actually won. And so a lot of people are actually like protesting the whole View format because, throughout the show, she was, the front runner, Blake and Ariana Grande, and everybody was just doing nothing but singing her praises. And then the finals came out and, she came in second. But anyway, we're getting ready to do, she called me up even before this, and so we're doing a show here in Memphis, April the 2nd, and it may be a second show, and it's going to be kind of an evening with Wendy Moulton, and it's going to be kind of like really intimate and things like that. So, and it's a lot of surprises. She's going to have some special guests that kind of come in and be a part of it, and some video clips and stuff like that.
Right on.
And so I'm very excited about that. And just constantly just doing our thing.
Right on. All right. Well, peeps, catch us next month, February, first Thursday of the month. We will be back. And be sure to catch my show, Dish with Diva. I will be back in a couple of weeks with some brand new episodes, some new guests, and excited about that as well. That's Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. 2 weeks from today. All right. All right, peeps. We'll leave you with this.
K-Cee Soul Mate.